Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling something really fundamental for nonprofits aiming to maximize their good work: beneficiary feedback systems.
Yeah, it's a critical topic.
We've got a pretty comprehensive article called Ultimate Guide to Beneficiary Feedback Systems as our guide, you could say.
hmm
And our goal really is to unpack how these systems operate and, why they're so crucial for any nonprofit that wants to deepen its impact.
It's about making sure the people you intend to help are actually guiding the ship in a way.
Guiding the ship, I like that.
Yeah.
So, at its heart, what is it?
Well, a beneficiary feedback system is basically a deliberate, structured approach for nonprofits to listen to and really learn from the individuals they serve.
So, it's more than just like a suggestion box.
Oh, definitely. It's not just a superficial data grab. It's about setting up a continuous dialogue that actually informs action and fosters a real partnership.
Right. And the impact, I mean, if you get this right, it seems huge.
It really is.
We're talking about making services more effective, right? Holding the organization accountable.
Accountable to the people they serve, yeah, and also
Mhm.
to their funders, and building that essential trust with the community.
Because who knows better what's working or maybe what's not than the people actually using the programs?
Precisely. No one. And that leads us straight into the building blocks. The article lays out three key stages for an effective system.
Okay, let's break those down. First up is collection, I assume.
That's it, collection. This is all about how nonprofits actually gather that vital input. Surveys, interviews, group discussions, lots of ways.
Then what? You've got all this information.
Then comes analysis.
Mm-hmm.
This is where you make sense of it all. You look for patterns, you try to understand the nuances, pull out those actionable insights from, the raw feedback.
Because just having the data isn't enough, is it?
Not at all. The real value is what you do with it. Which brings us to the third stage response.
Closing the loop.
Exactly. Taking those insights from the analysis and turning them into actual, tangible changes and actions. That's what shows the whole system works, that people were genuinely heard.
And the guide really stresses that choosing the right collection methods is super important.
Absolutely critical. Different methods get you different kinds of info, and they reach different people. It's got to be a strategic choice, not just random.
Okay, now something that caught my eye in the guide was this idea of software integration, linking feedback platforms with CRM and financial software. Why is that so beneficial?
Ah, yeah, that's fascinating. It's about streamlining things, getting a more sort of holistic view.
How so?
Well, by connecting these systems, you can automate pulling all that data together. That alone saves a ton of time, speeds up the analysis hugely.
Okay.
And you can even set up automated follow-ups or responses based on the feedback that comes in.
Right. The article actually drops a stat, something like 83% of nonprofits save about 7 hours a week just by linking financial and operational systems.
Yeah, 7 hours. That's significant, isn't it?
It really is. That's almost a full workday freed up.
Exactly. And think about where that time goes instead.
Yeah.
Back into the mission, right? Expanding programs, more community engagement.
Yeah. So the guide's point is that this integration makes collecting data easier and just sets up a smoother workflow overall.
Totally. Sets the stage for everything that follows.
Okay, so let's dig into those collection methods a bit more. Digital survey tools seem like a big one.
They are, yeah. Things like mobile surveys, email questionnaires, even SMS polls.
What makes them so good?
Well, the big advantages are scalability and ease. You can reach a lot of people pretty quickly,
And the results come back fast.
almost instantly, usually, which really helps speed up that initial analysis. Plus, for getting broad quantitative data, they can be very cost-effective.
And what about those little features like automatic reminders or progress bars? Do they actually, work, make people respond more?
They really do, yeah. It sounds small, but making it user-friendly is key. Reminders nudge people gently. Progress bars give that sense of, oh, I'm almost done, which helps motivation. It's all about reducing friction.
Okay, makes sense. Then there's the other side: in-person feedback, focus groups, community meetings.
Right. These offer something different.
What's the unique value there? What do you get that a survey might miss?
Depth, mostly. Qualitative depth. That face-to-face interaction often builds more trust, so people might share more openly, more honestly.
And you can pick up on things.
Exactly. Nonverbal cues, you can ask clarifying questions right there on the spot. You can dig into complex issues in a way a structured survey just can't manage.
The guide makes a point about using neutral facilitators for these sessions. Why is neutrality so important?
Ah, that's vital. A neutral facilitator creates a safe, unbiased space. They make sure everyone feels comfortable sharing, stop one or two voices dominating.
So you get a more balanced picture.
A much more balanced and representative range of feedback, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But what if you're dealing with communities where, say, internet access is patchy or literacy might be an issue? Digital and maybe even some in-person stuff might not work well.
That's a great point, and the guide addresses it. This is where you need alternative methods, thinking creatively about accessibility.
Like what?
Well, good old-fashioned suggestion boxes can still be really effective. Low barrier, anonymous.
Okay.
Interactive voice response systems, IVR, can reach people without internet. Even simple polls on social media, if that's where the community is active.
And the guide mentions putting suggestion boxes in places people actually go often. Obvious, maybe, but important.
Yeah, convenience matters. Make it easy.
So the takeaway is really about using a mix of methods.
Definitely. Combining digital, in-person, and these alternative approaches lets you capture a much broader, richer spectrum of experiences and views. No single method fits all.
Right. Okay, so we've collected the feedback using maybe a mix of these methods. Now, the crucial part, making sense of it all. How do you turn that raw info into something useful?
Well, the process is pretty consistent, as the guide points out, no matter how you gathered the data. It comes back to those three core steps we mentioned.
Analysis, adjustment, sharing.
You got it. First, you systematically analyze everything. Look for the recurring themes, the patterns, specific praises or, pain points.
And once you see those patterns,
Then you use those findings to directly inform changes, adjusting programs, tweaking services to better meet the needs you've identified.
makes sense. And the final step?
Sharing. Critically important to share the results and the changes you're making with everyone involved.
Beneficiaries included.
Absolutely. Beneficiaries, staff, funders. That transparency shows their input mattered, that it led to actual improvements. Closes the loop, like you said.
Now, this isn't just a one-off project setting this up, right? The guide talks about designing these systems for the long haul.
That's absolutely right. It has to be integrated into the ongoing rhythm of how the nonprofit works.
So, like, timing the feedback collection with program schedules.
Exactly. Designing feedback cycles that line up with key moments, like maybe midpoint reviews or end-of-quarter assessments. That way the feedback is timely and relevant for making adjustments during the program, not just after it's over.
And making it easy and secure for people to share, that seems critical for getting honest input.
Totally vital. Offering various options helps. Anonymous online platforms are great for candor. Dedicated voicemail lines can work well too.
And those physical suggestion boxes or maybe rotating focus groups?
Yeah, they still have a role, ensuring accessibility for folks who prefer or need those methods. It's about meeting people where they are.
It sounds like organization is the maybe less exciting but essential backbone here. Documenting processes, timelines, data handling procedures.
Oh, absolutely essential. It might seem like bureaucracy, but without clear documentation and set protocols, the whole thing can fall apart. It ensures consistency, accountability, and that feedback is managed properly, not just lost in the shuffle.
Okay. So, feedback collected, analyzed, now acting on it effectively. What are the key steps there, according to the guide?
First off, respond promptly. Acknowledge all feedback quickly. The guide suggests within 48 hours, which shows you're listening and value the input.
Just acknowledging it makes a difference.
A big difference. Then comes the planning. If changes are needed, you need a clear plan. Timeline, resources needed, who's responsible, and importantly, how you'll measure if the change was successful.
Setting success metrics.
Yep.
Okay.
And then keep that communication loop open. Don't just make changes in secret.
Right. How do you keep people updated?
Regularly. Share progress updates, maybe monthly summaries, quarterly impact reports, hold community meetings, even follow up directly with individuals who gave specific feedback, if appropriate. It reinforces that transparency and builds trust.
Now, like any system, these feedback mechanisms probably need checkups, right? They can't just be set up and forgotten.
Exactly. They need ongoing attention to stay effective. The guide stresses regular review and updates.
And it's just a kind of schedule for that.
Yeah, helpful one, like quarterly checks on how accessible the channels are. Are they still easy to use? Monthly monitoring of participation rates. Are people actually using the system? If not, why not?
What else?
Quarterly reviews of the actions taken based on feedback. Did we actually do what we said we would? And maybe biannual surveys specifically about the feedback system itself, asking beneficiaries how satisfied they are with the process.
That's like feedback on the feedback system.
Exactly. It shows a real commitment to getting it right and improving the process itself.
And it's not about sticking rigidly to one method forever, is it? Adaptability seems key.
Totally key. You need to adjust methods and tools based on community needs, available tech, program goals, resources. What works now might not work next year or for a different group.
So being willing to change the system itself.
Constantly reviewing and being ready to adapt is crucial for keeping it responsive and relevant.
Okay, let's pull this all together. For a nonprofit that really commits to this, what are the big wins? The major advantages of a good feedback system.
The benefits are pretty substantial. The guide really hammers this home. First, better program outcomes. Services get shaped by the people using them, so they become more effective.
Makes sense. What else?
Smarter resource use. Feedback helps you direct your money, your staff time, your tools, where they'll have the biggest impact. Less guesswork.
And we talked about trust.
Huge element. Stronger trust, stronger relationships with the community because of that ongoing dialogue and responsiveness.
So better outcomes, smarter spending, more trust. Any operational benefits?
Yeah, definitely. It often leads to improved operations overall, faster responses to issues, more streamlined service delivery because you're catching problems or inefficiencies earlier.
Right. So for a nonprofit listening now, maybe thinking, okay, we need to do this or we need to do this better, what are the first crucial steps?
The guide boils it down pretty simply. 1, make sure your feedback processes directly align with your actual goals. Don't just collect feedback for feedback's sake.
Okay, purposeful collection.
2, act on it promptly. Show it matters.
Right. Close that loop.
And 3, commit to regularly reviewing and updating the system. Keep it alive and effective.
And the guide mentions tools, like the Help You Sponsor platform, that can help integrate all this.
Yeah, it points out that integrated platforms can simplify the whole thing, linking feedback with program management, even donor communications.
Making it easier to improve transparency and cut down on admin work.
Exactly. The goal of such platforms is to make sure feedback isn't just sitting in a spreadsheet somewhere, but is actually woven into how the whole organization runs and communicates, aligning everything with stakeholder needs.
Okay. So as we wrap up this deep dive, hopefully you, our listener, have a much clearer picture of these beneficiary feedback systems. Not just the what, but the why, the real impact they can have.
Making nonprofits more effective, more connected. It's powerful stuff.
It really is. And maybe, just as a final thought, consider how these principles, seeking feedback, truly listening, responding thoughtfully, could apply elsewhere.
Yeah, beyond nonprofits. And personal development, maybe, community projects, even bigger societal issues.
That idea of closing the loop, fostering understanding, driving positive change, seems pretty universal, doesn't it?
It really does. Something to think about.